Well, I had a rotator cuff surgery and it happened to be on my left shoulder, and it was a little bit of a difficult shoulder injury, so we kind of knew that it was going to be a fairly long process, to get through the physical therapy side of it. So had looked at a number of different options. I was given a kind of a list of different ones to choose from, and yeah, I ended up sharing that with the surgeon. I said, here's where I'd like to go, and he was quite pleased with the choice, just because I think part of it is the good relationship he's had with the therapist here for an extended period of time. So it worked out quite well that way. Teresa, who was my therapist, did a really nice job of really explaining things, kind of giving me some different perspectives, kind of what to expect, and kind of help through it if I had questions. She was real good that way. I also had the opportunity to work with Bob, who's one of the other therapists here too, and it was so neat to have that different perspective as well. So together, I felt very comfortable, of understanding where I needed to go, kind of what to expect, and how we were going to get there. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So throughout the whole thing, I got to see the surgeon at different week intervals, and he was very pleased with the results. Because the same thing, he's going to measure and see how your progression is, both strength-wise, flexibility-wise. And he was generally very impressed. And in fact, there's a few times you could tell on his face, he's like, oh, that's going pretty well. The atmosphere here is outstanding. That's one of the things I think that really stands out. It's really neat when you, like I said, when you walk through the door, whether in the morning, first thing in the morning, in my case, sometimes later in the day, depending on which time of the week we're talking here. It was just neat. Everybody was just so friendly. Obviously, they tend to get used to you and knowing your name, whatnot, just because you're here a fair amount. But it's neat for me because I got to do the same, and it was pleasant, very patient. Again, even the people up front were really patient, not just the physical therapist. Well, before, with surgery and stuff of that nature, obviously, I was in a fair amount of pain, so I was very restricted on what I could do. And as time went on, that continued to improve. I like to do exercises, for example, on a daily basis, so I'm able to do more. I'm actually doing push-ups now, which, didn't think I'd be doing quite at this point, which was neat. And just some of the weights type things, being able to get out and doing some of the recreational activities, whether it's boating or wave runners and four-wheeling, that type of thing. So, yeah, so I'm able to do all that type of stuff now.